Hey everyone, this is Thane. I just wanted to get on here before the episode and say we're trying something new with episode names. At the request of a listener, we're not going to name the episode the thing that we're reviewing, and rather name it after a joke within the episode. This way, you can guess what we're reviewing along with the brother who doesn't know. If you don't want to guess and would rather just know what we're reviewing from the beginning, we'll put it in the episode description. Thanks for listening and enjoy the episode.
Welcome to ThReviews, the podcast where three brothers,
Thane,
Garrett,
and Gaucho.
That's us.
review a variety of products, feelings, experiences, and senses. Two of us know what we're reviewing, one doesn't, but has to play along and give his honest review, then guess what we've been reviewing at the end of the episode. Stay tuned this episode for a special appearance from the Unstoppable Goofster.
Oh no.
Oh.
If you spot him throughout the episode, text, "I found the Unstoppable Goofster," all caps, no spaces, to 316-429-1176 437269, nice, 2146, extension 4723. You will get nothing for texting that,
But you
Nothing.
can say that you did it.
You can.
you can, but then the Unstoppable Goofster will come for you.
And you don't want him coming for you because I don't know if you haven't figured this out by now. He cannot be stopped.
So keep an eye out. With that in mind, let's get right into it then. Talk
Hell
about
yeah.
talk about highlights. Yeah, hell yeah,
I'm really excited for this week's
Yeah,
product.
yeah, buddy.
yeah. Well, it's an
Um,
experience, but
A product, feeling, experience, or sense.
it's kind
Or
of
a
a product
secret
yet.
fifth thing. Have we done a secret fifth thing yet?
Not yet. We've only
Not
had like
yet.
5 episodes.
There's three out. Okay, here's a highlight for you. Sometimes you get extra stuff when you do this. And that is the only good highlight I have to say about it. So that's one way. You guys got any?
I think it's the same thing. Yeah, you get there's like little bonuses that come along with it usually if you do this. If you just wait, then just get it like the rest.
Yeah, I think that extra stuff is a little bare bones. I think that there's plenty of highlights to this thing. I think that it always feels nice, like on your feet, depending on your shoes. Like if you have a good like flat soled shoe, like Chucks or something, you can feel it a lot more, and I think that carries you a lot of the way.
Yeah,
Or
that's
like
it.
slip on Vans. A lot of the Vans have a pretty flat sole. I
That's
think
an interesting way of looking at it. I have never looked at it that way.
We're reviewing skateboards, right? Or is that next week?
I'm not. That's next week. Yeah.
We have the next 3 months planned out. Let me double check my notes.
Yeah, another like I guess the bad highlight before we circle back through everyone, because I guess that's how we're doing it this week, is that you might, like if it's like half baked, if it's not quite ready, then you're looking at all of the lead up and all of the anticipation, and then it's like, I spend my money on this, for what, you know?
For what? I say that half baked is a good way to put it, because if it's half baked, it's half raw, and some things you don't want raw. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
you want a refined finish thing.
Half-baked steak, okay, I'll take it. Half-baked chicken,
Okay,
fuck
I'll
you.
take it.
No.
Well, it depends on the restaurant.
That also could be a good highlight, because like if it is ready to go and it's fully baked and you're oh man, and you're in for a treat right there. So good and bad, just depending on which side of the fucking flipped over in the pan it is, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I have a question for you too. What's your favorite restaurant for rare chicken? Mine's Popeyes. Popeyes can always deliver if you want a rare chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I think just like any good sushi place is a good place to get good place to get hot baked chicken.
Most of the sushi places I've been to or had food from don't have chicken on the menu as a like raw ingredient.
It's a secret menu. You've got to bring the chicken yourself, sneak it in, and swap out whatever the fish of choice for your preferred sushi roll is, and then go order that sushi roll.
You got to know a guy and a passcode, and that guy's passcode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's tricky. I just go straight into grocery stores, rip raw chicken out of the package, and just.
You can get about 3 breasts in before you're removed from a win cone. Oh, chicken too. Yeah, chicken breasts too.
Any other highlights on the experience we are reviewing, boys?
Negative highlights.
Positive or negative or positive.
I want a hateful episode. Let's just rip into this shit.
Just
like
you,
it's a,
just
like
you
it's
wait.
like if it's a shrink wrap package of uncooked chicken. Let's just rip into it.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Bare teeth, get right into it. All right.
Sometimes I eat the plastic too.
That little styrofoam, that like bloody absorbent pad at the bottom.
No, that's too far. You took it too far, Garrett.
That's like a tortilla.
No, you
that's
just
like,
you give a little lick or two, a little more.
No. Oh my goodness, who are you people?
Someone who's living. That's who I am.
I think we forgot to put a content warning before this. We are talking about
we're going to cover some horrible topics. Just
any more highlights from you guys, or should we ask each other some questions? What do you think?
I just want to double emphasize the way your feet feel.
I thought you meant my feet.
Right now, everyone, just take a minute. Feel your feet. Feel the blood flow flowing to and from your feet. Feel it reach the ends of your toes and pulled back out with your breath. Let's do it. A deep breath in.
Okay.
And a shallow breath out.
Okay.
Breath in.
Hey, I have a question for you two.
I got an answer for you one.
Well, how many? It's kind of a two-parter, but check her out. How many times in your life have you done this, and what percentage of those times did it pay off, or was it worth it? I mean,
is this a little clarification? Is this a financial payoff that you're asking about?
Well, you're gonna pay for it financially, so was it worth what you spent and whatnot?
So not like a payoff, like someone's paying you to stay quiet about that thing that happened.
Don't bring that up on here. Don't. I'm serious.
I'm
Stop.
sorry. Too far. I'm sorry.
He signed an NDA. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me run through really quickly.
Does NDA stand for New Not Disclose?
I think it stands for no digging into the raw chicken at Walmart.
There's some words that are skipped over.
I'm not good at acronyms.
I think acronyms nowadays are kind of loose.
They kind
You
of are
can get
just
fun
whatever.
with them. Jeep.
General electric personal vehicle.
General electric.
General?
It's not electric. General doesn't start with a J. What was the last two?
Jeep
Electric.
P penis poo 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 p.
Isn't Jeep general purpose vehicle? Like it's GP?
Yeah,
I don't think that you guys
GP.
know how to spell general.
Isn't Jeep spelled GP?
No, Jeep is
No.
JEEP, but Jeep came from
EP.
EP. No, Jeep
I'm so
came
EP.
from, in whatever war they were using it, they would call it the general purpose vehicle, GP, and GP turned into Jeep.
Yeah, so
You
acronyms
made
are
that
kind of
up.
loose.
Yeah. And if
You
we
made
know
that
anything,
up.
no, I didn't. I know
Nuh-uh.
that for sure about the military. That you run to the lake.
You run to the lake,
Oh my.
find the bugle
So
5 times,
fun.
you become big sergeant.
Were you guys gonna answer the question? My question for you too?
I think that
I will if you-
I will answer it. Don't you dare, Garrett. I think that I have done this personally 3 times ish, and it has paid off and been a good decision once. I have been the beneficiary of this maybe 5 times, 5 or 6
Whoa.
times, and the times when I was just the beneficiary of it, it was like, yeah, I benefit from it and this pays off because I didn't put any money into it. Someone else did. Some other jabroni over here did.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I think it means you watch My Little Pony.
I think that's a brony.
Yeah, so jabroni. It's like a Jeep brony.
A general purpose brony.
General purpose brony.
No, hey, all 3 of us, we're going on record right now, all 3 of us are really into My Little Pony.
Yeah.
We've seen every episode, because I'm pretty sure it's a show. We're really into all the fan fiction and the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to state for the record, I have no interest in My Little Pony whatsoever anymore.
Nah, because Garrett already said that you do.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm saying for the record.
It's already on the record.
Well,
you can't remove things from the record. The internet is forever.
Oh, no!
Your record can't NDA his record.
What does eating raw chicken at Walmart have to do with his record?
Okay, whoa, please. Walmart raw chicken, you gotta go to Winco for that shit.
Dude, it's too far away. Walmart's like 2 minutes. Winco's like 15. Sometimes I gotta get to that.
I've done this maybe 4 times.
Okay.
I like it a lot, and I think that it's always been worth it to me. The payout's always been worth the cost.
Okay. I agree with you on that. I think that for you, that is true.
Yeah, I'd have to agree that for Garrett, absolutely.
I love that for me.
I love that for you.
Dude, I love you. You're such a king. I think I've done this 2 or 3 times. Didn't never pay off. Don't like it.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah. I don't blame you for that.
I've got a question. Do you think that you're going to do this year? Like, do you have plans to do this year?
Like this fiscal year?
What does that mean?
I think it ends in the beginning of December or something. Fiscal has something to do with finances.
Right. Yeah.
No doubt.
I learned this when I was a business manager, and I forgore.
Fiscal years is some corporate jargon to scare the little guys who don't know all of the details.
It's just a year, but it ends and starts at different times, and the way they track it is different. It's
Just to
probably
switch
like
things up, make
it's
it goofy.
probably like the fiscal year ends when all of your reports are submitted. So like probably the
Yeah.
year ends a week or two into January when everything is like due.
I think it's like how many years, it's like your anniversary of starting the business, which is why everyone tries to start it January 1st. You'll see a huge boom in new businesses January 1st. And then people try to line it up with the calendar year because it makes it easier.
Fiscal year is a year as reckoned for taxing or accounting purposes. The firm is expected to turn a profit for its fiscal year ending April 30th.
So
Oh,
the
so it
year,
involves taxes and it ends April 30th. So it is some made up bullshit.
Yeah,
It
which
all
means
is
things
nothing.
everything is made up bullshit, buddy. If you
Yeah.
didn't know that.
What about I can't think of a single example of anything that isn't made up bullshit.
I don't think that I will. I don't think I will do this in the next year. There's no reason. There's nothing I'm looking forward to enough to do so.
Uh
Oh shit! I didn't consider that.
that's that's a really good point that was made silently and will never be explained. I think that it's possible I do this before the end of the year. I don't know. It depends what my friends are up to. It depends what the next fiscal year could it could take so many crazy turns and curves.
we're still in last fiscal year.
I think I'm in 2 fiscal years ago. I haven't done my taxes yet.
Does the fiscal year not end if you don't file taxes?
I think a fiscal
Yeah,
year is
I think
like
I'm fiscally I'm like in 2014.
I feel like I'm fiscally in 2014. I think fiscally is like you can just decide that internally. So we could have our own fiscal year here on ThReviews.
Our
I
fiscal
think so.
year,
I think a lot of tax codes are just like whatever you decide will work with you.
I think that our fiscal year should be on the anniversary.
Yeah, so like summer.
On a 4-year rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they changed it to do that now.
I miss the good old days when you got Summer Olympics every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I didn't like how it would get cold for like half of it though. That was dumb.
I miss back in 1995 when I was still alive and
Dude, you were still
and we
sucks
were
that you're
doing
dead now.
way more Summer Olympics because that's where they can do all the hot stuff like beach volleyball and marathons in a hot climate. What other summer stuff do they do?
Probably like
Running,
javelins,
jumping, yeah,
high
shot
diving.
put. Oh, high diving. Jamaican bobsledding, I think maybe.
If I was competing in speed walking for the Olympics, dude, I would just run.
What are you gonna do?
Like if
Tell
you
you to
run, you
slow
go
down?
way faster.
Well, there's judges.
I'll just say no. I'm just really good at speed walking. It's hard to recognize because of how fast I was speed walking.
You might get away with that.
The
If they just
judges,
happen to not have any cameras that day, you might get away with that.
I think. Oh, they have slow mo on those.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But you
they'll
might still
slow
get
you
away with it.
down.
I don't know.
I would
They'll
just
slow
say,
you
hey,
down
your
with the
your
camera.
cameras can't catch as many frames. Like you're only getting every third frame, which is why it looks like my knees are going that high, and they're not.
Are you gonna do this year, Thane?
The Olympics?
Oh.
No, not the Olympics.
I have no plans to, and I would like to. I'm actively going to try not to do this year.
Nice.
Have we, Garrett? You haven't asked a question yet. You've asked
I don't.
some questions, but
I've already
haven't
made
asked.
up my mind. I don't want to hear shit from you guys. No. When was the last time? It's too similar to the other ones. when was the last time you took a dump? No, I'm just kidding. But I do want it to the second. You can text me that privately.
Remember the number from earlier.
What do you know? Okay, here. Forget when. It's always win this, win that. And we're not here to win. We're here to play.
All I do is win, no matter when.
No matter when. No matter why. What is your least favorite part of this?
The cost.
Mm-hmm. I would say the anticipation not being requited. Like the build up and the excitement beforehand, and then when you like finally get it and you're like ready to go, you sit down, you're like, yeah, let's do this. And then it's like subpar experience, you know.
That's reasonable, man. So true.
Well, follow-up question. You don't have to answer this. What are the soles of your shoes like when you do it?
Hey, I'm not going to answer that.
I just leaned forward as if I was going to lean into my mic, but my mic is somewhere else today.
That's another thing for our eagle-eared listeners. If you can tell where Thane's mic is in proximity to his body, text it to 316-429-7264. And every correct guess for the second number cancels out a random correct guess for the first call-in number about the goofster who can't be stopped.
What was your other question? You don't get two questions. I'm not answering your question.
Yeah, I clearly stated it was optional to answer.
Yeah, and I'm opting out.
And I'm definitely not repeating the question because I don't remember it.
I do. It was stupid.
I will say this.
That tracks.
I will say this.
Oh shit, he said that.
That probably answers a lot more than you would think.
I sure hope it does. Answer your own damn question, boy.
How's our sponsorships looking?
No, you have to answer your question.
What was my question? I thought it was optional.
No, you have to answer your first question.
Oh, I asked two questions, and the second one was optional, but that didn't make the first one optional?
No.
Yeah, you can't.
My least favorite part about this is when it happens unexpectedly and I don't have good arch support. Because your toes will get tired, the bridge of your feet will get sore, your heel will feel like you've been walking on peg legs on concrete all day, but like inside of your heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, I guess. I don't know, man.
Word up, man.
I maybe I just have sensitive feet. I don't know.
Maybe.
A doctor's never told me that, so it probably isn't true.
Have you ever asked a doctor about it?
No. I've never been to a pediatrician?
No.
That's what that is.
Yeah,
pediatrician's the right doctor for feet.
I can't tell who's joking.
It's not a pediatrician.
I am not joking. A pediatrician. No. No, a podiatrist?
I don't know. We're just arguing. We're just arguing pedantrics at this point.
Pedantrics. What did you say?
We're arguing pedantrics at this point.
That's not a real word.
Podiatrist is here. Thank you, Wikipedia. Also,
podiatrist stands for professional
let me
dietist, and they help you with your diet.
I don't think that's what.
It's like a nutrition. It's like a nutritionist, but they have like an actual profession, actual job.
Hey, I've got it pulled up on Wikipedia. Let me just read it.
Are they paying us for this episode? Why are you plugging Wiki?
No, because we have to pay them. That was the rule. A podiatrist, listen, a podiatrist is A podiatrist is a medical professional devoted to the treatment of disorders of the foot, ankle, and related structures of the leg. The term originated because they were just little foot freaks and wanted to be a special boy.
New career path unlocked.
Speaking of special
Consider
boy,
this my 2 weeks, boss man.
speaking of special boy, this week I have been awarded the first trophy I have ever won in my entire life.
So what we're looking at here is Garrett's holding very proudly a trophy of a shooting star. It's maybe 6 inches top to bottom.
That's a good 8 inches. Wait.
No, that's
Yeah, that's a good 8 inches.
okay, sure. And then it's a shooting star, and in the stream behind the shooting star there are 3 smaller stars following it. And Garrett is looking so pleased with himself. What did you get that trophy for, Gare Bear?
For being the best boy.
That's
I went to a costume party that wasn't really a costume party. It just had a theme that was wear something you rarely get to wear. And I interpreted that as, oh, my full-blown tech-wear Mothman costume I only got to wear for one night on Halloween. And I showed up, and the closest guest was like someone who had it was just someone's birthday party at a house. Like it was like maybe 15 people. But one guy was in maybe a $15 Hulk Hogan costume from Spirit Halloween, and which he looked hilarious and so great, and was doing impressions all night, and he really played the part. I didn't foretell any dooming events. I was not a harbinger of doom, so I didn't play the part, but I still got the trophy.
Nice.
Everyone else just had like really exciting, like there was one person who had like
their wedding suit.
Yeah, they were in a full-blown bride's gown, and bride's gown is what it's called, I'm pretty sure. And the streaming mascara and the wilted flowers and it had a bunch of lore that you had to be there. There's like she would do like a 15-minute interpretation or recital of like, oh, I just came from my wedding and my husband, my fiance walked out on me, and she kept talking about it, and everyone was like,
do you
come
know
on.
Do you know what makes really good podcast?
What's that?
When you tell a story to 2 people on your podcast with you and say you had to be there.
You didn't have to be there. Well, because she kept going, this is improv. Yes, and there was this wacky character in a bride's.
Are you making it up then?
Yes, there was no one in a bridal gown. You said bridal gown. I'm just running with it.
I think it's like a wedding dress is what you should have said. I've been caught up on that. Hey, who's our sponsor today?
Our sponsor this week, we are brought to you by Cinder Blocks, which is, I'm just going to come right out and say it, bold of them to offer us a sponsorship after what they did to me in the 6th grade. But, you live and you learn or whatever. So I guess we'll say Cinder Blocks. They're great. They're, 16 inches by 8 inches by 8 inches. They're the hollow concrete blocks that you can build stuff with.
One could also say 16 inches by 1 Garrett's trophy length versus by 1 Garrett's trophy length
versus.
I was
No, you.
I was gonna bring my cinder block inside. I usually keep him outside. I was gonna bring him inside for tonight, but I forgot, and we already had started recording. So, he's out there tonight. I might bring him in, let him sleep in the bed tonight, though. Cinder blocks are great, man. Sometimes I take
sleep in the bed with this. That was really good. Did you take granite?
Thane, I want to hear a an account of your relationship with cinder blocks and how it has evolved since that fateful day at art lessons in 6th grade.
So when I was in 6th grade, we had an art teacher that we would go to after school. Our Garrett and I, Chelsea, maybe Sydney, I don't remember.
I went.
Gaucho was there too, apparently. I don't remember that.
I think Grace went too.
I didn't pay attention to you two for those years.
We got too many siblings. I can't keep track of all of them.
Yeah, there's too many of us. Anyway, there was a handful of us, and then also kids from the church, kids from our ward. And we were hanging out one day afterward, and our moms came. Just because all the three of us have one mom, but then our friend's mom as well.
An assortment, a group of mothers showed up.
Yeah, just an odd spattering of mothers showed up.
I think it's called a murder of mothers.
And I was out in the front yard getting ready to go, and she had the art teacher lady had a up to her front door was like a patio, would you say?
Yeah,
kind of, or like just
like a doorstep.
Yeah, well, it was like longer though. Anyway, and on the side of it there were arches, concrete arches, and it ran right next to the driveway. So I would put I set my arms against. I'm trying to not explain with my hands because you guys can't, you won't be able to hear it.
Close your eyes. Picture Thane's hands
moving out to the side.
Artistry held out in a video game T-pose.
So I was T-posing before that was cool, and well, it never was.
I don't think that was ever cool.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. You can do it on Fortnite.
And I was holding myself up, and I went to step down off of her patio, and onto the cinder block steps that she had set up to walk from her car to her front door. She didn't want to go all the way around and up the real steps. And when I put my weight on the edge of one of the cinder blocks, it toppled forward, and I lost balance, and I slipped and fell backwards and smacked the back of my head really hard on the corner of her concrete patio.
It wasn't that hard.
Yeah, it was not that bad. I lost vision. I lost vision and went inside, super tunnel visioned, and I was like, "Where's mom? Where's mom?" And our friend Drew saw me and was tried to get my attention. Was like, "Oh, come over here and look at this thing, whatever." And I was like, "Where is mom?" And I walked past him, and he just saw streams of blood running down the back of my head, and was like, "Oh," and grabbed me and was like, "Come this direction," and piloted me toward where mom was. And then she I was wearing probably a maroon t-shirt because I wore those a lot and still do, and a navy not navy green, an army green colored hoodie, and so it had soaked up a fair amount of the blood. And so she was like, "This is not as much blood as it should be." And then she got home after I'd gotten staples in my head and stuff. And we got home, and she was rinsing the blood out of my clothing and was like, "There is so much blood in this dark red clothing." So I kind of have it out for cinder blocks after that, but if they want to reach across the aisle, then.
Well, they are paying us in cinder blocks. Which, for you, I know I would just recommend don't stack them to the side of your patio. I'm going to be putting mine all over the place, in my bed, right next to my bed, or under my pillow, in my bed.
Or mostly bed adjacent and within the bed. Yeah. Or do stack them next to your patio and just get better at stunts, bro.
True, I should have done.
Yeah, dude, you could have done a somersault.
Did you not consider not whacking the back of your skull right onto the corner of the cinder block?
Yeah, dude,
I
that was a
didn't.
whack move.
Personally, I would have dodged. I would have done like a duck and roll.
Yeah, what would Garrett and Gaucho have done in this situation?
Okay, first and foremost, I wouldn't have been in 6th grade. Being in 6th grade is, I don't remember it, so I never did it. So I never would have been in that situation in the first place. If I had, for some reason, been in that situation, wouldn't have happened. Plain and simple.
Isn't it wild how we almost all of us trauma blocked 6th grade?
I remember every single second of 6th grade. Nothing bad has ever happened to me.
I had my first kiss in 6th grade.
Isn't it wild
blocked.
how just I trauma blocked 6th grade?
I trauma blocked 10th grade because that's when Gaucho had his first kiss.
I don't think you knew that at that time.
You were in 6th grade. Well, no, what you didn't know is your first kiss was me. I was trying out a bit where I was. So the idea was, okay, bridal gown, mascara streaming down
Fucking
the face,
wedding dress,
wilted flower,
wedding dress.
I'm not married. I'm not getting married in the next 2 months. I don't know what those words are.
Are you getting married in 2 months?
I literally, that's the only context you have about when I'm getting married is I'm not, and it's not happening in the next 2 months.
All right.
But do clear your schedule for me.
To marry him? Are you guys getting married to each other?
I'm already married.
Yeah, that'd be also gay. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with marrying your brother.
Nothing.
Well, there's something wrong with that.
Really?
Nothing
Name
wrong with
15
being-
specific examples.
I think that I would throw a cinder block at folding metal chairs.
What are you guys going to do with...
Ooh.
We're getting paid in cinder blocks. What are you going to do with yours?
I just
I'm gonna
said
put
it.
them in my bed. I'm probably gonna put some on my cat's bed. I'm probably gonna put some in your bed.
Mine could use a few.
We had a special request to hear more about Andre.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well-
and our number one fan asked to know more about Andre.
What did our number 2 fan
Well,
say?
too bad. She's mine. You don't get a no.
Our number 2 fan said, "Hell yeah,
Hell
Gaucho,
yeah.
we're gonna lose fans if you don't do fan service."
I
We have
will.
to
Okay,
cater
next
to their
time. Next
every
time.
need.
We've done a lot of rambling this episode. I think I'll next time I'll put aside a little bit of time to talk about Andre. Yeah, shout out to Cinderblocks. Thanks for reaching out. I know they tried to kill my brother, but I don't really give a shit about that. I'm just stoked that they're giving me a bunch of them. So
If you
hell
had
yeah.
known Thane in 6th grade, you would have tried to connect a cinder block to the back of his head.
Well, actually, let me go ahead and put this out there. No, I don't think Thane knows this, but
I actually used to like Thane back then.
No, Garrett offset that cinder block so that it would tumble when Thane stepped on it. He was trying to kill him.
Allegedly.
I saw the whole thing.
It hasn't been proven in court.
That has not been alleged to my knowledge until just now. Why did you do that?
Thank you,
I was
Cinderblock.
I was jealous of your sick military green hoodie.
Okay, let's go into our ratings, because time.
Yeah. Here on ThReviews, we use a 15-point scale. We each can award up to 5 points. If the total score between the three of us is over 10, it is a gold-rated product. 0 to 5 is a trash product. 6 to 10 is a silver star. And again, 11 to 15 is a gold-rated product. You award points, 1 point for each of these things. 1 for ease of use, 1 for accessibility, 1 for aesthetics, 1 for ethics and morals, and 1 for yes or no.
Who was that? I'll go first. Ease of use. This is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can just do this. So unfortunately, I'll say 1. Accessibility. It's kind of limited in that it's like time release type of thing, and it depends on like the system and like the setup you're running. Aesthetics, typically bad. Oh, I didn't say whether or not I gave a point for accessibility. I won't for that. Aesthetics, in my experience, usually bad. Ethics and morals, I don't I don't know that it's right. I don't know that this is something that should be done. So I'm gonna say no. No on ethics and morals. Yes or no? No. So a point
Wow.
for no. So what is that? 2 points? Someone else should be.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to what you were
I
saying.
don't. I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying either. Let's say 2 points. One for ease of use and one for yes or no.
I think you gave it 7 points.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to do that, Dave.
You kept adding. I'm sure you'll have edited this out, but you kept adding categories and just you were awarding 3 points for one of them and
Are you?
negative points for the others.
Yeah, I just came up with my own scale, but it's pretty convoluted. So yeah, I'll edit that out.
On one of them, you just said clown nose, 10 points.
Okay, 2 points. I will ease of use. Maybe if you're some kind of freaking math scholar, you can figure this shit out. I'm bad at this, so no point. Accessibility, kind of going in that same thing. Like, yeah, it's accessible if you know how to access it, and I don't necessarily know, so no point. Aesthetics, no. It's just it. No, like there's nothing to it. It's not like they're trying to make it look all pretty. They're like, oh yeah, here's something. No, try harder if you want to get a point from the gaucho. So no, ethics and morals. Maybe some people will like this. Maybe it's ethical and moral for some people, not for me. For me, they're taunting me. They're trying to taunt me. So no, and yes or no, obviously no, because if I can't figure it out and if it's not really serving me in any way, why the hell would I give a shit? So no, 0 points.
Oh,
Did you keep track of your points
Me, yeah, 0 points.
across the board?
Yeah.
I will say ease of use, no, I still haven't figured it out. Accessibility, I wouldn't even know where to start. Aesthetics, no. No, there's nothing enticing about this whole scenario. Ethics and morals, I can see what they're going for, but I think that there's enough that they need to improve that I'm gonna say it doesn't get a point for that. Yes or no? That's gonna be a no. That's gonna be 0 points for me.
That is a whopping 2 points, leaving this as a trash product
wild!
experience.
really expected something different from you, Garrett.
What?
What?
You got the wrong idea about me. And if I'm and if I'm the one who knows what the hell we're talking about.
Well, hey, that's actually a good point to bring up because now that we know that we give it a grand total of 2 out of 15 points, we can reveal the guesser and allow them to guess.
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe this. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
It was so it was me. I didn't know what we were talking about.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
I'm gonna say taking a loan out from a bank.
You think that I have?
And why do you guess that?
It's not easy to use. It's not very accessible. There's nothing like banks are very unesthetic. They just look like corporate and bullshit. There's a lot of immoral shit, and they're just a no in general.
I see how you could have gotten there.
So it ticks all the boxes. I also have no idea. Yeah, I just don't know at all what the hell you guys are reviewing.
Yeah, you were close.
Is it taking a loan out from
It is not. No.
someone pretending to be a bank?
No, you're really close though. What it actually is pre-ordering video games.
Can Can I amend my rating?
You can.
Yeah, that's a new thing we do, remember?
Yeah. Ease of use, yes. It's very easy to pre-order. You could do it if you're on the Xbox home screen. You can commit to the $90 deluxe edition of whatever the latest Assassin's Creed is.
With like a few buttons. Is so
a few buttons.
Done.
3 clicks, under 5 seconds, you can have that shit done. So
Okay,
it's very
math
easy
dick.
to use. I can count to 5, so I am a math dick. And of course, you mean dick as in private investigator. I've deep dived into being able to count in 5 seconds. Accessibility, again. Well,
if you're trying to order a PlayStation game and you don't have a PlayStation, it's not that accessible.
Yeah, it is, because you can
Who the
create
fuck
a
would try to
PlayStation
order
account.
a PlayStation game when they don't have a PlayStation?
Okay, so I have purchased a PlayStation game when not owning a PlayStation before, but hear me out. I really wanted to play PlayStation VR, and I had access to a PlayStation VR for 2 days.
But did you?
So I was like, I will just create an account, buy a $20 game, play it as much as I can in these 2 days this weekend that I'm at this house that has PlayStation accessible to me. And then for sure, when I buy a PS5 4 years from now, I'm going to remember these login credentials. And then I did not, and had to repurchase the game when I eventually did buy a new PlayStation. Aesthetics, not really. I mean, I think that a lot of the UIs on anything you would like, Steam and Xbox, PlayStation, like anything you'd be, even it's a lot of the UIs on a lot of our tech nowadays is just boring and dumb. So much of it is flat and mass appealing because that's how they do it. But like, I think Steam adds a little bit more flair that you can add to your stuff, but with your profile and everything. But most of the time, everything's kind of flat and corporate and we're gonna go minimalist and like little tiny icons and cleverly designed logos, and it's like, okay, now we're all Apple and everything's boring. Ethics and morals, I think that there is, if you approach it from like a Kickstarter mindset where you think like, I would like to support this game and am like, I'm down with the developers, I trust what they've done, whatever, that can be an ethical decision to be like, I want to contribute to this industry and how they're doing
Garrett,
it.
Yeah, stop
Garrett,
hitting the table.
You've got to stop smacking.
What I'm saying as I'm making room noise while talking.
I'm going to cut.
Sorry, I'm getting really excited. I think in theory it's good, but really it just says, hey, you can charge people money for a product that isn't finished yet. And if it isn't finished by the time it comes out, you already have their money. And most of the time games get away with that. Some games will course correct and handle it ethically and like say, hey, there's a bunch of factors and we're going to put our heart and soul into like repairing this game. Most of the time it's something like Fallout 76 where they're like, oh, you hated our game? Why don't you pay us $100 a year so that you can get a little bit better version of the game you pre-ordered and paid full price for?
You did
like,
that though.
How about
Garrett,
add some fixes and put them behind a separate
hey,
membership?
stop, Garrett, stop yelling. Garrett, stop yelling. And also,
I have heard all of this so much.
You did that. You paid that extra $100.
I did. I also pre-ordered Justice League Kill the Suicide Squad. I think I've had access to it for a week and have not downloaded it.
Oh boy, dude.
Nice.
Yes or no? It's always no.
You
I
just
said
pre-ordered a game and you're saying no?
I did that like 3 weeks ago. I think that the 4 games I've pre-ordered 4 games ever. And I've played a lot of games and been hype about a lot of games that are coming out and been very well surprised. Like Atomic Heart came out. I had high expectations. It met every one of them and was so fun and like such a cool there's been plenty that I've considered and haven't. The 4 that I have is Fallout 76, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Justice League Kill the Suicide Squad, and maybe just those 3.
Did you not pre-order Modern Warfare 3?
Oh, and Modern Warfare 3. All of
And
those
Cyberpunk, or
that I have pre-ordered.
Did I pre-order Cyberpunk?
Oh no, I pre-ordered Cyberpunk. That was the one. Okay, so 5 years.
That's 6.
Those 6 to 15, however many games I have, they've pretty much all been disappointments on launch.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 was probably the most as expected, but still, Call of Duty just releases half-baked games that are like, hey, it's launch day, we have everything up and running, and we just need to fix half the game for the next 6 months before we break the rest of it with every single update.
I pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3 and I never played it. I never installed it even.
I bought the...
It's good. It's a lot like Modern Warfare 2, and a lot like
that.
Modern Warfare 1, and a lot like the original that they're remaking, and a lot like every other single Call of Duty game that has come out in the last 20 years.
It's so much like Modern Warfare 2 that it actually is Modern Warfare 2, just with new maps and like a new storyline.
It's like a $70 map pack for 6 new maps.
That sounds like it's a little anyways.
Mm-hmm. But you get to
can
pay for a season pass every 2 months.
And you can play as Timothée Chalamet from Dune.
Huh. Dune?
What are you doing?
I'd rather be Dune Timothée Chalamet right now.
I'd rather be Dune finishing with this podcast. It's going on a while.
Doing anything else than rambling at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys for being a part of this, for listening. And you'll hear more about Andre next week.
Now that we stop recording, should we go immediately? I don't have a ton of time. We need the 15 obligatory minutes where you guys just roast me for not knowing and guessing right.
We are still recording.
You can edit it out.
Hey, thank you guys for coming. So buckle your balls and get on board, bitch.
Shout out to Dead Tonight for the theme song. Check out his music.